So good day everyone. So we are the group 4 and our part is to discuss the traditional literature. But first, let us identify what is traditional literature. So traditional literature is a genre of literature in which stories have been passed within a culture through generations, both oral and in written form. While primarily entertaining, this literature can also provide insight into the shared culture, beliefs, and values that existed within the community it originated in. Traditional literature was also used to explain natural phenomenon and often touches on moral themes such as good versus evil regardless of the region of origin. So there are many characteristics common to traditional literature. These are stories of unknown origin, containing traditional themes, simple characteristics and plot, and an ambiguous setting. They are fictional tales that originate in the oral tradition, which means that they were passed down from one storyteller to the next for generations before being written down. So each teller would incorporate slight variations, and the story therefore evolved before being written down. So in some cases, if the variations were large enough, or if storytellers adapted elements to speak to a specific audience, distinct and separate versions of the same story evolved.
Good day, everyone. My name is Sheila Lumintad, and I'll be continuing the report for the types and characteristics of traditional literature. First is fables. So, fables is based in oral tradition with no known author. It has any time and any place. It begins with once upon a time in a place far away. It has common ending, which is they lived happily ever after. It is often magical, and typically evil is defeated and hero or heroine triumphs. So it contains universal truths and values of time. It is sometimes used to instruct children in values. It contains common narrative motifs and common themes. Here are examples: Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Red Riding Hood, Snow White, Rumpelstiltskin, Hansel and Gretel, Bremen Town Musicians, Three Little Pigs, East of the Sun and West of the Moon. For fables, fables have a moral. These are meant to entertain readers, and it has a very brief tale, poetic tales with double or allegorical significance. It has animal characters, and it satirizes human conduct. Examples are Ant and the Grasshopper, Fox and Grapes, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, uh, Dog in the Manger, Tortoise and the Hare, Lion and the Mouse, Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. So that's all for my part, and um, let's hear the continuation of this topic from our next reporter.
Good day, everyone. I am Pretty Sarah Linggi, and I would be the one to continue our report. So the next topic would be the myth. So myth generally refer to the traditional stories that are passed down through generations within a culture, often involving gods, supernatural beings, heroes, and creation narratives. So myths typically serve to explain natural phenomena, cultural practices, or moral lessons. They are integral to the worldview of community and can express shared values, beliefs, and fears. So, mostly the main characters in myths are animals, deities, or humans. So, we have here examples in Greek myths: Zeus and Mount Olympus. The second example is the Roman myths, which is the Jupiter. And lastly, the Norse myth, which is Odin and the citadel of Asgard. So those are examples of myths. So the next topic would be the legend. So legend is a narrative that blends historical facts with mythological or fantastical elements. So legends often feature real-life events or people from history but are embellished with supernatural or extraordinary details, reflecting the values, beliefs, and aspiration of the culture from which they are originate. So unlike myths, which typically explain natural phenomena or creation stories, legends are usually set in a more historical or recognizable time, period, and location. So, for example, King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. Next example, Robin Hood, and lastly, El Dorado. So those are examples of legend. So legend are an essential part of traditional literature, serving not only as entertainment but also as a way to preserve cultural heritage and reinforce societal values.
Good day everyone, I am Catherine Louise Masayon and I will be discussing about nursery rhymes and tall tales. So nursery rhymes are fun, rhyming poems that are perfect for young children. They use special features like rhyme, rhythm, and repetition to make them easy to remember and enjoyable to say. These rhymes often tell silly stories with lots of humor and exaggeration, like Jack and Jill or Hey Diddle Diddle. They also sometimes have nonsensical words, making them even more entertaining. Nursery rhymes are great for helping kids learn language, rhythm, and even a little bit about the world. Now let's move on to tall tales. Tall tales are American stories that use wild exaggeration to tell about the tough lives of early settlers. They celebrate the spirit of the frontier and the strength of the people who lived there. These stories often feature larger than life heroes and heroines like Paul Bunyan or Davy Crockett, who are based on real people but have been given amazing abilities and adventures. Tall tales are a fun way to learn about the history and spirit of the American West. And that's all for my part. Thank you.